Welcome Transformers fans, my name is Composite EnerJoe and today I will be bringing you my review of the Transformers Revenge of the Fallen Deluxe Class Deep Desert Brawl. Now I know that name is a bit of a mouthful, but there is a reason for it. First thing, the reason why he's called Deep Desert Brawl is because he has his desert camouflage, and that's mainly because he is a repaint and slightly yet very importantly retooled from the the 2007 movie Deluxe Class Brawl. So they gave him this sweet, really nice desert paint job, and I actually prefer this over the original one's green like jungle paint job, jungle camo. That's because I think you see more tanks in the desert than you do in the jungle, so I find that this looks nicer and makes more sense, at least to me anyway. This alt mode is a really nice tank and a really nice representation of both the movie. It's very movie one accurate, and very real world accurate. Like this does resemble the, albeit a heavily modified version of the actual tank that it's based on, which is an M1A1 Abrams tank. And it has two major modifications from a standard tank, in that these minesweepers and this top turret. These minesweepers, like, the idea is that when it's rolling on the ground, it would like go in the dirt and then pick up some mines and like push them to the side. And this top turret essentially replaces what would normally be standard on a tank, is like a machine gun, that's mounted there. And that'll be it. But for the movie, they decided to give him this top twin cannons turret with rocket launchers on the side. So yeah, that's pretty cool. And since this thing fired off, I might as well show off. There is the main gun is a spring-loaded missile. So see the switch, push it, and it fires this really nicely detailed cannon shot. So I'm gonna put that to the side so it doesn't get in the way. And yeah, this is a really nice tank mode. I think this is one of my personal favorite tank modes. Just really nice. Oh, like I think I already mentioned, they call it the reason like Deep Desert Brawl is because he was a repaint of the original movie, and the retool I mentioned, which I'll show off more in the robot mode. But apparently the original figure had problems with the arms like falling off, which they fixed in this one. So if you're gonna get a Brawl, honestly, if you're gonna get a Deluxe Brawl, like right off the bat, just get this one instead, unless you really want to get the more movie accurate green version. But you're better off getting this one since it fixed the problems that one had. So let's get on to transformation. First, well, before that, anything else? Cool, really cool tank. I already mentioned that. Okay, nothing really else. So transformation, you pop off this turret, and you go here into the guts of it, and you can see his arms. You sort of finagle this forward, and you then pull this forward, and then fold this out. Let us fold forward and out. So this same thing, and then forward out. Then you flip this entire thing around. That's not yet. Make sure you flip this out so that this peg is pointing inward. That'll come into play later. And then we gotta get down here. Come down here. You move these out of the way a bit. Then come over here. Pull this out and fold it down. Pull this out. Oh, not yet. It's a not yet. Down here in the middle. Fold it down. Then come out here to the feet. Forward, and then rotate these back here to be the heels, and then separate them. Now we get to the one automorph of this figure, which is a pretty nice one. It's a fairly cool automorph. Make sure you separate the legs. Which when you take this assembly, fold it down, the treads will lift up and the head pops up. So make sure you get that lifted up, and then fold this down. Boom. Then you fold out the minesweepers any angle you want. I like to keep them like a little bit angled, but that's fine. That's actually a nice, and that's a pretty nice head sculpt. Very movie accurate. Like, one thing I will give this figure is that it's very accurate to the movie, like, for the most part. It's a fairly accurate figure for a deluxe size. For a deluxe size, what's next? Oh, yeah. Rotate this. And collapse it. And it'll just sort of click. You'll hear it click into place. Then rotate this and make sure that this pegs here. Oh, and this was the issue that the original movie 1 figure had, that this one fixed. You just put it in there and you have a nice click and it stays in there. If anything, they made it too strong. But I'd rather have it be too tight than too loose, because at least it'll stay there. Then repeat it on this side. There. Nice click. Oh, and then for this arm, you slide this down until it clicks. And then I'll get that into later. And then, well, one other touch that I like, because it was in the movie, and this was the first Brawl. Hold on, let me adjust the camera a bit. This is the first Brawl that started this this trend of Brawls having this. You rotate the top turret all the way up. Lift these up. Oh, get that in there. You rotate these up. Forward. Rotate up. Forward, and then, well, I've always seen these to be the front. And then rotate these forward. No, you have to tell me. I honestly don't know. I think this is the front of the missile launcher, so I'm just gonna leave it like that. Or, alright. Well, you do whatever you want, but I'm gonna try and find the way that I like to have them. Right there. The turret's up. Come out here. Pop out the claw. And here is Brawl. And I gotta say, this is a very nice figure. I actually really like this. Well, yeah, and the thing they fixed, I already mentioned that it was the arms. They kept popping off like that. But this one is, if anything, it's too tight. You have to be careful when transforming him back. It's really tight. Yeah, I really like this guy. And here's a cool thing. They managed to like squeeze in all of his weapons, like all the weapons that he had in the movie. He has it in toy form. He does. In fact, he has an extra one, which is the main gun. Because see, in the movie, he had this as like, I think, a rocket launcher or machine gun. Then on this side, he had the claw, and if you look carefully, he has the Gatling gun on top of the claw. So he has that as well. He has the rocket pods, the twin cannons behind his back, like all of the stuff. Plus, he has the bonus one, which is how I like to put him in. If you rotate this over, he has the main cannon, his main gun as a weapon. His main tank turret, the main gun as a weapon as well in robot mode, which he didn't do in the movie. So if anything, this figure has one extra gun. Well, no, because I think in the movie he actually, I believe he had this like on his side or something. I might be mixing it up with the leader class version, but whatever. That's not important. They managed to have that, so you have all these options that like. This is a very nice figure. Like it's fairly movie accurate. Like especially in the weapons. Because, like, all the weapons he had in the movie, they're there. And it's a very, 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 I do like this figure. Like, I guess the one part that could have been better was his posability. I kind of wish his arms were done in a different way. I don't know how to explain it. I kind of wish they would have done his arms a little better. Because, basically, I wish he had wrists. I wish he had wrists that you can rotate the wrists, and I think that would greatly improve the figure. Because everything else is pretty good. He's got really nice knees. Well, let me get into posability. Arms that far, these are on ball joints. Head is on a ball joint. The legs here are on ball joints. Ball joints do what ball joints do. Rotation and rotation here. Bends this far. Not much. That far back. Like if they improve this a little better, like he could bend it more and he had a wrist where he could like maybe rotate the gun forward or something. Like I said, it's kind of weird moving it. Like if you had a like if you ever get this guy in your hands, moving him around is kind of weird. The arms. Oh, I guess one other thing you can do. I don't really like doing it, but you can do this. You get this part, push it back. Like it actually can fold back a little. But it's honestly it's barely a difference. But you can like put you can like push these a little more back to I guess streamline them a bit more. But it doesn't really matter. He has a pretty good knee. Not a good kick. The legs can kind of bend. You can kind of it's not a good kick. But if you break his leg, you can give him a better kick. So yeah, not much more really to say. I personally really like this figure because of all the stuff they managed to cram into a deluxe class. Because like this guy is armed to the teeth, and I love it. I love that they did that with him. Like the battle claw, like everything he had in the movie, he has in this deluxe size. And the thing is, they did make this guy leader class both in the first movie and even did a desert version leader class size. And to my knowledge, this mold has only ever been associated with movie Brawl and no one else. Like this mold has been repainted a bunch of times, but it's always been just Brawl. I kind of like that. Like it's a unique mold, but honestly, I can't see this as any other character. This is movie Brawl. So yeah, I like the figure. I highly recommend it. Like I said, unless you want, I guess, the green color to be more movie accurate. Honestly, don't bother getting the 2007 movie version. Get this deluxe Brawl. Like I said, unless you want the green one to be more movie accurate, get the Deep Desert Brawl. So yeah, this has been my review of this is going to be a mouthful, the Transformers Revenge of the Fallen Deluxe Class Deep Desert Brawl. Highly recommend it. Really like this figure. It's a fun figure. This is Composite EnerJoe signing off. Peace out.